Dr. Jayapaul, sir? Uh, just a minute, I will make a call. I will call him because he has, I think he has muted his mic.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So we were waiting for you. No problem. Okay, sir. Shall we start the meeting?
Yes, sir, please, sir.
Yes, the MC, you can start the meeting.
Yes, sir. An inauguration is something in which a group of great minds join together to give a perfect start. Good afternoon to each and everyone present here. Prayer is aligning ourselves with the purpose of God. Here I invite Ms. Jashona Sherin from 2nd MA English to lead us to a prayer.
Good and loving Father, we thank you for creating the world in all its beauty. We thank you for memory, which enable us to build a future and to achieve our goals, and for the creativity mind, which stimulate us to do better than past, for foresight by which we plan for the future. This work that we do on behalf of our students who through their district education will strive to make the difference in this world. We ask this in the holy name of Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen.
Thank you, Ms. Sherin. Small cheers and great welcome makes a merry feast. Now I invite Mr. Nishal from 2nd MA English to welcome the gathering.
Conflict avoidance is not the hallmark of good relationship. On the contrary, it is a symptom of serious problems and poor communications. A pleasant afternoon to one and all gathered here. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome the gathering for the inauguration of the Communication Club, St. Joseph College, Trichy. First and foremost, I would like to welcome Reverend Father Principal, Reverend Father Secretary for the inauguration of the Communication Club. I welcome you, dear fathers. I extend my warm welcome to Dr. V.L. Jayapaul, Head, Department of English, a man of devotion and patience, and we feel blessed under his guidance. I welcome you, dear sir. It's my immense pleasure to welcome the chief guest, Dr. S. Maha, Assistant Professor, Department of English, National College, Trichy. I welcome you, dear ma'am. I take this opportunity to welcome our professor, Dr. Jayakanth, and other professors and my dear friends who have gathered here to grace this occasion. Once again, I welcome you all.
Thank you, Mr. Nishal. It's time for a felicitation our chief guest. I invite Dr. Jayakanth to felicitate our chief guest.
No. The felicitation should be by our HOD. MC?
Sorry, sir. Yes, sir. I invite Dr. V.L. Jayapaul to felicitate our chief guest.
Thank you, Harish. Good afternoon to everyone. Respected Dr. R. Jayakanth, my own teacher and professor, a role model, and the chief guest of the day, Dr. Maha, my own student, and currently assistant professor in National College, and my dear friends, student friends. Good afternoon once again to you all. I'm very happy to felicitate this Communication Club inaugural meeting. To say a truth, Dr. Jayakanth has initiated this activity as early than the other clubs. That shows his commitment. And same way, our students are also involved completely in all the activities in our department. So I wish all the students and the coordinator, Dr. Jayakanth, great success in this academic year for conducting all the programs. And I also want to wish Dr. Maha, my own student, an energetic, young, and vibrant student who is right now teaching in National College. And, to tell about her, she has initiated many programs, particularly recently she has come out with a certificate course for students from outside. Okay, she has designed a certificate course that shows the commitment and the involvement and also the talent that she has. okay, towards the welfare of the students. And personally, I want to thank you, Dr. Maha, for accepting our invitation and addressing our students. And I would also like to thank all the professors in our department. They're all really helpful for the betterment of our student community. So I think there are a few professors here right now in this meet. So I wish them also. Once again, this communication club, my dear students, I think you all know the purpose of it. And the topic that today that you are going to listen to from Dr. Maha would be definitely of great help to you to develop your communication skills. And I also appreciate Dr. Jayakanth for encouraging our students to conduct this program. So that shows, see, our students are involved in all the activities and they are given chance to express their communication skill and also to develop their communication skills. So once again, I wish all the members who are here and who have taken responsibilities in different roles, and I wish you all success for this academic year. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your vibrant words. Our chief guest, Dr. S. Maha, Assistant Professor, PG and Research Department of English, National College, Trichy, has 4 years of teaching experience. She was our alumni and has cleared CERT in 2012 and PhD in 2017. She has presented and published papers in national and international seminars and conferences. Her areas of expertise include Asian and African American literature, general studies, and ethical studies. Even though you produce anything you say, every action you do, it becomes a signature. Now I invite our chief guest to speak on communication for social changes. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Harish. Good afternoon, dear professors. I'm pretty nervous to talk in front of you all. So, respected Reverend Father Secretary, respected Reverend Father Principal, respected Head of the Department of English, Dr. V.L. Jayapaul, respected Dr. R. Jayakanth, President of Communication Club, respected Dr. Edwin Christie, my mentor, and my dear students, and the most respected teachers of mine. I'm very happy and thrilled to be back in my alma mater. Every time I revisit St. Joseph's College, I walk down the memory line. Thank you for the pleasant memories given. And I personally thank Dr. Jayakanth sir, my own teacher, for giving this wonderful opportunity. And as Professor Jayapaul mentioned, his teacher, Dr. Jayakanth, and my teacher, Dr. Jayakanth, and my teacher, his student, my teacher, Dr. Jayapaul sir, and my own mentor, all of us are present here. It sounds like Aristotle, like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle are online. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. Yes, sir. And thank you for the beautiful words, encouraging words, and your words and your motivation, the words of my teachers. It will keep me moving. May I share the screen, sir? May I? Yes, sir. Yes. And dear students?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Yes, yes, yes. So, what do you find here?
We can find a world map, ma'am, there.
Yes. Kindly participate.
It's a world map.
Yes. And we find a lot of people right here. People of different nationalities. And what are they uttering? They are just greeting
Languages.
us. Yes. And they are
I
greeting
think
us.
hi.
Hello. Yes,
Hello.
Okay. Hello, the very word hello and its utterance in different occasions. Okay, occasions I mean formal and informal. Here, hi, this word hi, it's an informal way of communication, and hello, it's a sort of semi-formal communication. And this hello, this word, this very word they use for greeting others in their own language is given here. So, what is communication? Why do we have to communicate? This is a very basic question. Why do we have to communicate?
To share our feelings.
Communication is to exchange our ideas.
Exchange our ideas. Good.
To express one's feeling.
Very good.
To make people to understand.
Excellent. Anything else?
To come to an understanding.
Very
to
good.
come
Very
to
good.
an understanding.
Just to say what we wanted, what we intended to say to others.
Yes, yes.
Knowing the things, madam.
Good. Very good.
Ma'am, to connect with people.
Yes, to connect with people. So in recent days, in the neo-normal days, the moment you take up your phone and when you call your friend, before your friend says hello, there is a auto-generated wordings that follows. What is that?
Hello.
No, auto-generated wording, machine-generated wordings. You have a message before your friend gets connected. When you call, before your friend gets connected, there's an auto-generated wordings. Some words are coming.
About COVID?
Yes, it's about COVID.
COVID.
Why is it for?
It's just like a precaution.
It's a kind of alert message. Yes, good. Then?
That's for reminding people.
It's to remind people.
And
yes.
To guide them.
To guide them.
To get an awareness about COVID.
Yes, to put you in awareness state itself. Yes.
To take precautions, ma'am.
Yes. So now, just through a message, just through an auto-generated voice, the government is spreading awareness. That is also communication. So, when you listen to that word, when you listen to those words, okay, to that particular voice, immediately, nowadays we are tired of listening to those words. But initially, when the COVID, this particular decade, it's going to be, when just a couple of years before, when this particular voice came into our lives, what was our feeling like? How did we feel? How did we all feel? Were we happy listening to that particular voice? Were we all
Yes,
very happy actually?
Actually, I don't say happy, but I was curious just to hear what they are saying about the information which they were giving, so that the measures, if we can follow, then we could save our life, right? So I was curious.
So you were curious. Good. Others? Someone has raised his hand. Please, if you have anything to say, please share.
Ma'am, initially, it was a reminder for all of us to be alert regarding what we do. I mean, to maintain all the precautions. But hearing this for several times makes us feel awful, because if you are going to make an emergency call and this comes in between and the call gets it takes time to get connected to the call, and in such situations it is very awful.
Yes. So it took time for us to get connected to the call, right? for us to get connected to the message. Actually, it's not just the call, to the message.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So, so communication can alter our lives. This is what I wanted to communicate. So it can alter our lives, all of our lives. And let's see the purpose of communication. So we all know communication. We all know about communication competence, and it includes grammatical, social linguistic, and other sort of discourses. Even the very COVID discourse that we discussed right now, and other strategic, anything. It could be planning and anything sort of that. And the ultimate purpose of communication and its instrumental function is to get things done. So hope the screen is visible to you all. Is this visible?
Yes,
Yes. Yes. So the ultimate instrumental function of communication is to get things done. We want things done. Okay. For example, if you have to go to college, nowadays colleges are working like 3 days. Just for you people, you're turning up in my college. My students are turning up just for 3 days, and the one year, like second year, if second year they have to come for 3 days, and the third year will come on the next set of days. Okay, so how do we communicate? We just send them. We communicate through WhatsApp. We have many mediums of communication. So the ultimate purpose of communication is to get things done. If your mother asks you to go to a shop and buy some grocery, she'll communicate in her own way. She'll say, just go to Kadaki po. With just and you immediately know what to get. Even if she doesn't say what to get, just you'll connect with the time. If it is morning, immediately without even listening to her, you'll go to the shop and you'll buy milk and come for the tea. So you are all used to some sets of communication, some patterns of communication, some patterns of words and all. Okay, and those patterns will be related to those words will be contextual. So you are very much aware that your mother has asked you to buy milk, because every day at that time she will be asking you to buy milk for the tea. So the moment your mother says, Kadakipo, go to the shop, you will immediately, without even asking what to buy, you will go to the shop and you'll bring milk. You'll buy milk and come, right? We are used to certain sort of words. Okay. So the instrumental, as we saw, instrumental function of communication is to get things done. And another purpose is regulatory. Okay, another function, we can say it as function or purpose. It is regulatory, just to control the behavior, to bring back social order. What do you mean by controlling through communication?
Maybe like giving instructions, ma'am, to what to do or not to do.
Yes, good. See, all of you are very much alert. Okay, you're all very much conscious. That is the main reason why most of you have put off your videos in this meeting, because you do not want to go online. Your face, your image you didn't wish your image to go online. Am I clear? Am I correct actually?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Most are bothered of security purposes.
Yes.
Really, right?
Yes.
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes, of course, ma'am.
Of course, right? Yes. So that is how things are monitored. That is how things are put on surveillance. Michel Foucault. The moment I say surveillance, you will be reminded of Michel Foucault. He brings out a wonderful concept called panoption model. Okay, how this particular surveillance came into the world. Okay, it's also a sort of communication. When somebody is watching you, when somebody is like staring at you, when somebody is gazing. Yes, we are all very much bothered, right? Irrespective of our genders, we are all bothered. So even staring is a sort of communication. It will even gazing, okay? Looking at somebody constantly, okay? That is also a sort of communication. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So through and
Excuse me, ma'am.
through words. Yes, please.
How can it be called that looking at somebody else
Yes, ma'am.
constantly?
Yes.
When we
Let me
look at
complete. Yes, please.
when
It's
we
a sort
look
of
at
informal communication. It's one form of informal communication. See, if somebody is looking at you, like if you have the habit of taking a bus every day at one particular time, and if you find a girl or a guy looking at you like every day, each and every day, that particular person is noticing you, what will you do? You will be irritated to some extent. If you like that person, it's fine. But if you do not, if you're not for that, what will you do? Naturally, did that person talk to you? No, he did not. He or she did not talk to you. Whereas, just through gaze, just through their the way they look at you. Am I clear? Is it clear to you?
yes,
sir?
madam. Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. So it is a sort of informal communication.
Excuse me, madam.
Yes, sir. Yes, please.
Whatever the showing the signal to the whatever the showing signals with the hands and with the face, those signals, what do you call them, madam? This is also one kind of communication with others.
It's informal. It comes under informal. Informal, not
Thanks,
yes. It comes under sort of in informal through non-verbal communication. It's a non-verbal. It's not formal, right? Non-verbal. Both the things. Staring at you is non-verbal. Waving hands is non-verbal. That will not come. See, staring at somebody will never come in formal. Informal, non-verbal communication. You will not stare at your professors, right? In a formal place, college is a place where we behave formally. We do not stare at our professors. We do not wave at our professors. Okay, those are all non-verbal communications. So this non-verbal set will come under informal. Am I clear to both of you?
Yes, madam. You are clear.
Yes. So to bring a social order, each and every time when there is an announcement, what do we all do as students? What do? We all listen to the announcement, right?
Yes,
if there is a
madam.
chaos, if there is a
Yes,
chaos,
ma'am.
immediately your teacher will be announcing something. They'll try to put you in their control, in his or her control. What will they do? Either by a friendly way, or by other ways. Okay, the teacher may even sternly request you sometimes, or the teacher will be very polite, but it is a sort of regulation. We are regulated. Another function of communication is regulation. And next to it, interactional function. Next function is interactional. We have to interact with others. Of course, we have to see. Right now, we are interacting with each other. We are trying to sort out something. We are discussing something. We will be sharing pleasantries. Okay, with everyone, with your family. You interact with your family. You interact with your partner. You interact with your officials. So interaction is very important. And you mediate. Sometimes you mediate. You become a mediator. Okay? Through communication, you mediate things. And another purpose of communication is translation. Another like interactional function. This translation also counts in interactional function because see, if I am talking to a person, is there anybody who doesn't understand Tamil? Is there anybody in this group?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. If I talk to you in Tamil, what will you do? Definitely, you're not going to follow me.
I don't
right?
get any meaning.
You cannot get anything. You'll not follow me. So naturally, I'll have to translate that in English. Whatever I said in Tamil has to be translated by me or by somebody else. Is it clear? So
Yes,
yes. So translation comes under interactional function of communication. Okay. Next function of communication is this is see I put it in this umbrella communicative competency, but it's just the functions of communication. Okay. And another most important function is personal function. Function is emotional. Okay, it's so emotional. Okay, see, we are not all the time at college or in our workplace. Even if we are in college or in our workplace, we are connected to our families. Even in colleges and workplace, we are connected to people, but in a formal way. Okay, we don't get that. See, that emotion is kind of, it can be altered. Whereas the emotion that you are connected with your mother cannot be equalized by your teacher. Okay, they cannot come up to that level. So you can tell me about other personal functions. How well are you personally connected to your friends? How well? We are very much connected. The way we communicate will show the level of intimacy. Our level of intimacy can be known through the way we communicate with others, with your friends, with your mother, with your teacher. Okay, with that, see, a stranger will read your relationship with your co-worker. A stranger can read your relationship with your family members just by the way you communicate with them, with your co-worker or your family members. Simply, we'll say at our household, we'll say, I think there's a problem with our neighboring uncle and auntie. We'll say we do not know what actually happened, but we'll be speaking. No, I think they are in a fight. Have you ever come across such situation?
Yes, ma'am. A lot.
A lot.
Yes.
So how did you find out that?
They'd be standing outside the streets and they'd be shouting at each other. Sometimes,
no, even if they don't shout, you will find it out. If you are very familiar to that person, and if that particular person is familiar to you.
Sometimes that lady would be sitting silently inside her house, and she won't be working anything. She won't be doing any household works inside the house.
Maybe that.
She may be sometimes depressed.
There will be some other perspective, ma'am, that there will be the mood swing and the face may express that there will be some upset on their face, so we may think that they are being quarrel among wife and husband.
Maybe they not see simply with the way they communicate with each other. Okay, the husband and wife. Okay, that particular couple wouldn't have communicated as they as they used to communicate. communicate
Yes, ma'am. Or maybe
yes, with that we get to know. Yes, immediately we'll say maybe they'll be in fight. Okay, so with language, the ultimate purpose of a language, the ultimate purpose of communication is the emotion, is the emotional connect. Okay, it gives a kind of emotional connect with others. Okay, you could say if you want to cry, if you want to weep, definitely you'll cry, you will weep, but you'll be using lots and lots and lots of words to weep. You'll be like weeping out things. You'll be venting out. Even to vent out, you communicate through. Like venting out is also a sort of communication. To vent out, you require a lot of words. Those words will not even be coherent, but still you will be like coming out with those words. Yes.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am, but talking about this emotional perspective, we find it difficult to express our emotions through words.
Yes.
When we're too emotional, we find it, I personally think that we find it, our generation, we find it difficult to express it through words. We usually use this silent, calm face, sitting alone and preferring silence around us.
But no, you seem to be silent, okay? But what you all do is you are putting status. If you are silent, immediately you come out with the status, and there are lots and lots of words. Most of it, whenever you are silent, whenever you are emotionally like affected, or whenever you are so emotional, you are becoming quiet and quietesses.
Yes.
The moment, yes. So again, that is also, see, keeping status is also kind of communication.
Of course, yes.
Yes, isn't it?
Yes.
See, nowadays, you people are Z generation. You people, okay, the 2K kids. You come under the Z generation, and you are communicating. You are mostly attached to your mobile phones. So that when we have to talk about that will take another 1 hour. So you are trying to emote in that way. Your communication is through status. Like posting status. Yes. So that is also sort of communication. Yes. And then another purpose is imaginative. So see, we were talking about status, right? We were talking about status. So that shows your imagination. That is also a kind of communication. See, writers like Shakespeare, Milton, they were all very imaginative. That is the reason why they have produced great bodies of literatures. Yes. And not only writers, others, directors, they are trying to bring out anything and everything in front of you. Take the very Google Doodle. Do you have the habit of watching Google Doodle every day? Google Doodle? Yes? What is Google Doodle? What's Google Doodle? See, I'll show you. See, this is Google Doodle. Can you see?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Today is Shivaji Ganeshan's 93rd birthday. So Google is like honoring Shivaji Ganeshan with its doodle, right? So this is also a sort of communication. Yes? Next.
Yes,
So
yes.
next to it is representational function. What is representational function? To communicate information. We saw this Google Doodle, no? What are they trying to communicate? This doodle, what does this doodle do now? It's communicating. See, the ones who do not know Shivaji Ganeshan, immediately they will get into it. They'll click this. The moment they click this, they'll be taken to Shivaji Ganeshan's page. Okay, his Wikipedia page or his Twitter page, anything. And there will be and you can find lots and lots of information about Shivaji Ganeshan, and you can get updated. Yes. So another purpose of communication is to represent. Okay? To represent. To produce information. Is there any doubt so far? Because I'll get into the next part of my session. I want to get into it. If you have any doubts, we'll sort it out here itself. Shall I proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
And the topic of the day is communication for social change. How? See, the moment I say social change, what comes to your mind? A reformer comes to your mind. Isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
An activist will come to your mind. You are reformers. You are activists. If you are able to communicate fairly, of every one of you will be reformers, every one of you will be social activists, every one of you will be Shakespeare's, every one of you will be poets, and everyone you will become as you want to. So sow the language and reap the benefits. If you want your society to be changed, if you want to change yourself, you have to alter your language. So see, we have, you must have come across many languages. Many of you are multilingual here. But in every language, you have to follow these steps. Okay? You have to be very polite when you demand things. Whenever you use a language, it has to be productive enough. Your language should produce. All of us are producers. Okay, our words will produce positive vibration around us. It will create a good energy. It will create a positive aura around us. So for that, you have to avoid language of caution. Okay, it is just like trying to getting things done. The ultimate purpose of communication is to get things done. That's what our first slide spoke of, right? So when you get things done, you shouldn't get things done forcefully. By force, you shouldn't try to sort out things, make things forcefully. Yes, and you have to be very, very, very polite. You have to be very much productive when you use your language. Your language must steal the show. Your language must be persuasive. We'll see that like the positive aspects of the language. So you should avoid language of violence. How should you avoid language of violence? So then just tell me some of the violent words that you use.
Get lost.
So confidence you're speaking.
Yes, then? Then?
You fool.
So the nonsense speak.
Yes, you have your own ways. You have your own ways. What is violent to me will not be violent to you. That is because of the social setup that we are brought up, right?
How dare you?
Yes, how dare you? If you say how dare you, If you say it in this tone, will that be violent?
Nope.
Say again that you both like the two friends are talking to each other. Okay, then one is bullying the other. Immediately the next person will say, "How dare you bully me?" Is that language of violence? Is that the violence that we are talking of?
I think no, ma'am.
No. So now I think you're understanding what is like violent language. Okay, the language that is used with arrogance is violent language. Clear?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you have to avoid arrogance in your language, and arrogance also includes like sort of sexist language also. Okay, if you are a feminist, you shouldn't be all the time like talking so high about like about like a woman and their rights. If it's a public, if it's a meeting, if it's see, yours is a co-ed college, right? So if the moment you see a feminist, what everyone will think of? Initially, you'll be very happy, and if that particular person, if that particular he or she, if he keeps or she keeps talking, see, a man can also be a feminist. Okay, it is irrespective of his or her gender. If he keeps talking about so high about women in a like mixed group, okay, a group that has all the genders, immediately the other gender will be affected, right? In a way, slightly. At the same and take another example. If there is a male chauvinist in a group, okay, in a group that has a mixed that has mixed gender, and if that person keeps on talking about all the patriarchal stuffs, again the other gender will be affected. Okay, so your language should not be arrogant, and at the same time you should not show your pride through your language. Okay, that is also a sort of arrogant language. And language of negativity, this one you all know. You have to avoid language of negativity. If you want change in our society, if you want to change yourself, if we want to change ourselves, we have to avoid these things in our language. And what should we include in our language? What is the must? Okay, the must in our language. So the must. So we have to include these things. Brevity. See, if I keep talking for another 1 hour, obviously you'll all leave the meeting one by one silently. Am I correct?
No,
So I have to be no. See, like the sabai kaha nama solrom. Okay, sabai. No, ma'am, I'll sit and all. See, but the fact is, I have to be brief enough. If I communicate, the moment I feel that I have communicated, it should stop. So my language should be brief enough. Okay, I have to practice brevity. Then next to it, language of persuasion. What is language of persuasion? See, I'm trying to persuade you right now. Is that visible? Because I am trying to influence you right now. How am I influencing you? I'm trying to influence you. I'm trying to pull all of you towards one particular thing. Where am I
Importance of communication.
Importance of communication, yes. I'm trying to pull you towards my topic. And my topic is communication for a social change. I'm trying to pull you all. Ain't I? Yes, I am pulling. See, if you are a salesperson, even just imagine that I am a salesperson and I am explaining. Okay, I'm giving a demo of my product to all of you. Obviously, I'll be trying to persuade you. I'll say, see, if it is a skincare product, I'll say, see, this will remove acne. The moment you use it, you'll become so and so. You look like so and so. You can't become so and so. Sorry, you look like so and so, and you all the blemishes will run off. So that's how I'll try to persuade you. Who's one of the famous persuaders? Say there were two. There were two. Till now we are talking about them. As far as literature is concerned, we are talking about two famous persuaders. When I say this one persuasion, who comes to your mind? Two people. Who are those two? Famous literary characters. Who are those two? They are the legends of this particular skill. Yeah, they were great. Shakespeare, yes, Shakespeare. And those two characters are the products of Shakespeare. See, they were actually historical characters.
Spencer,
historical people.
Sydney.
Historical people, yes.
Spencer and Sydney, man.
No. I'm talking about two characters. Reproduced by Shakespeare. Reproduced.
Julian and Caesar.
Very good, very good. Come on. You are
Romeo and
actually
Juliet.
No.
No, Juliet. No, I'm not getting the actual one.
Who's Caesar's friend?
Brutus and Mark Antony.
Brutus.
Yes.
Brutus Caesar.
Yes. The speech of, see, till now, whose oration is famous? Antony's oration is so famous. And why is it that famous till now? Antony's oration.
Man, because he is trying to persuade the crowd by in a way of praising Brutus, man.
Brutus. So he achieved that. He achieved persuading the crowd. He achieved that. Yes. So language of persuasion is very important. And next to it is language of humility. Language of humility. What do you mean by humility here? Yes, please. Humility.
With politeness.
Yes.
And humbling.
Very good.
With humbleness.
Good. So whenever you talk to someone, you have to be soft. The language that you use should not offend that person. It should not put that person so down. We'll see the other stuffs. Okay, how can the ways that we put a person down? Shall we see?
Yes, ma'am.
See here, this one. We have to be word conscious. If you are going to practice the language of humility, you have to be very conscious of this. We have to be word conscious. We have to have the verbal edge. We must know where to stop, where to start. Okay, we must set up our canvas. Yes, next to it, we have to recognize the powers of suggestion that words have for people. Then we must be aware of the nuances of meaning in our shared definitions. Okay, see, this one is context related. See, sometimes when we are when we are trying to put something with regard to context, we must remember that particular person's culture all the time. Okay? Because every word is ambiguous in nature. Each and every word is ambiguous in nature. Then we have to avoid sexism in our language. Just speaking for one particular sex, okay? And we have to avoid ageism. Then we have to avoid smokeism. See, if you people who practice these things will not be a good speaker actually. Okay, he'll not be appreciated in his or her social. That person will not be appreciated in his or her social surroundings, social circle. And most importantly, slang is very important. Okay, see, we all appreciate like most of us appreciate Coimbatore slang. Okay, we all love to listen to Coimbatore slang because the way they speak itself it will be so appealing. They'll even call the person who are younger to them Vanga Ponga. Okay, that dialect slang is so appealing to us because they respect every person equally. They treat every person equally through their language. So slang is very important in a language. Then avoid ambiguity. Because as I told you, every word is ambiguous in nature by itself. So we have to be very conscious of the meaning of that particular word. Okay, what we mean actually. Okay. Then be careful about sense, tone, feeling, and intention. What you intend to say. You have to be very, very conscious about that. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you all. If you have anything to share, please share with me.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Everyone, if you have any questions, you can ask now. I think there is no questions to ask because ma'am had given a brief explanation of what is communication. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your words of wisdom. Gratitude is not in the words,
Thank you so much.
Gratitude is not in the words, but in the heart which expresses it. Now I invite Mr. Frederick Sam of 2nd MA English to propose the vote of thanks.
I would like to express my gratitude to all esteemed delegates of this meeting for your presence and contribution. I extend my sincere gratitude to our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. S. Maha, who had taken her precious time out of her busy schedule to grace this event. A special note of gratitude to our dear HOD, organizing committee, teaching and non-teaching staff for their unflinching support and coordination. And my sincere thanks to our most dedicated piece of a noble person, Dr. R. Jayakanth, head of this communication club, for his sincerity and endless innovative programs that he brings in for the development of the students. And my heartfelt appreciation to our students for the active participation. Thank you, one and all. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Frederick. A grateful heart is a magnet for miracles. This is a lot more to come in the future after this marvelous event. I thank each and every one of you present here.
So, students, for your information, you would have seen in the chat box the attendance link. Please mark your attendance in the attendance link. And just 1 or 2 minutes, I sincerely and wholeheartedly thank my student, Dr. S. Maha, for readily accepting my invitation and to come and deliver here in online mode her speech on this communication for social change. It was really invigorating, Maha, and I see a lot of change in you, because I was able to recall from my memory your student days, and now as a professor there is a sea change in your language, in your competency and your ability. So hope that you will sharpen all these things in the future years to come. And I also thank our beloved head of the department, Dr. V.L. Jayapaul, for giving us this opportunity. And of course, the pillars of the management, Reverend Father Rector, Reverend Father Secretary, and Reverend Father Principal, and my beloved students who have come here in large numbers. So I was able to see somewhere around 90 to 93, 95 students here eagerly attending this session. So I think they should readily be thanked. And also, I should thank all the professors who attended this session, in a special way to Dr. Edmund Christie, because I was able to see him for a long time. So thank you, one and all. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Greatly honored. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Maha. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity, sir.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Jayakanth, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Maha. So,
Thank you, sir.
Students kindly fill in the attendance form.
Sir, the link is directing up to the YouTube, sir.
Sir, the
Shall I take a leave, sir?
YouTube link, sir.
So it
Just
is a
wait for a
YouTube
minute.
link, sir, not an attendance link.
Just wait for a minute.
Okay, sir.
Shall I take a
Please.
Shall I take a leave, sir? Take my leave.
Yes, ma'am. You can
sir.
take leave.
Thank you, sir.
Students, please wait a minute. Now HOD will just post the attendance link.
Dear students, just wait for a few minutes. Within 1 or 2 minutes, I'll post the attendance form, right?
Okay.